Here at the center, for those of you that are unfamiliar, we offer no-cost consulting and educational programming such as this to help your business start, grow, and prosper. Today, we are very pleased to be joined by a guest expert, the president and CEO of MCA Consulting Services, Margarita Amplo. She is here to talk to you today about some marketing and sales strategies. She is here representing her company, which works with small and mid-sized organizations with their sales and marketing strategies to help them reach whatever the next level of success looks like for them. So I don't want to hold you up. I am not the star of this show. I'm going to pass it over to you, Margarita, and let you take it from here. So thanks for joining.
Well, thank you. Thanks everyone for having me today, Kevin and Zach. I appreciate it. I probably won't go the full hour, which is good news because everyone likes to get some time back. I don't want to put you guys to sleep, but I'm hoping that you guys do learn some tips and tricks today, and I'm definitely around if you have any questions that I could help you with. Okay, great. So again, I'm Margarita Amplo with MCA Consulting Services. We're right out of Westchester, PA. Go to the next slide here. Oops, sorry. There we go. I want to tell you a little bit more about myself. I am a first generation Italian American. My parents were actually born in Naples, Italy, and they immigrated to the US. So, they did achieve the American dream to come here and provide their family, some dreams and hopes that they can prosper in their future. So I'm very grateful to them. And I am a first person in my family to graduate from college. And everyone always, comments on my name. I'm not named after the drink. I'm named after the pizza. It's the Italian version of Margarita. So a little fact there. So I am a Widener alumni. I graduated in '96 and I majored in international business. So I minored in Spanish. And I've always been passionate about business development, marketing, and I love cooking and baking and traveling with my family. Just recently, I thought when I was 12, I started, being an entrepreneur. So kind of, it always happened, to me as far as wanting to build a business or create something and make some money doing it. So, even back when I was 12, I was meant to be an entrepreneur. So just follow your dreams. I do have a corporate career. I've been in corporate America for over 20 years. Right after college, I graduated and went to SoftMart, then was at Siemens, LRC International, and SAP. And I think you're familiar with at least a couple of these. So I've had, numerous roles in all of these organizations, but always in business development, always a passion of mine to grow businesses and to help introduce folks to other businesses. So that's something that I've always been really passionate about. And then back in 2017, after working in corporate America for over 20 years, I didn't know what to do next. I was at SAP at the time. I was an account executive. And, I just thought long and hard, what do I want to do? And then colleagues of mine from SAP said to me, you're great at business development. Why don't you start your own business and do that? And, they knew a lot of different folks that could help me as far as, getting some clients right away. So that's what happened. It was all word of mouth, and people knew what I could do, and they went ahead and did it. So, so I was very fortunate to have some strong colleagues to help me and push me towards me being an entrepreneur. I am, like I said, I'm very passionate about developing new clients and expanding existing customer relationships. I'm really good at doing that. And I've always believed that you should definitely, work on your strengths. If you've got the strengths, accelerate your strengths. The weaknesses that you have other people in your group do that for you. And that's what I do for my business. If I'm specialized in one thing, and not good at something else, I will pass it along to the person that is good at it. We have some chats. Okay, great. I was just checking to see if we have any chats here. Okay.
Zach or I can keep an eye on the chat and we'll chime in if we
Okay,
get
great.
it. Yep.
Great. Okay, great. So a little bit about MCA Consulting, our core values, integrity. We do everything, all of our business with the utmost honesty and strong moral principles. So we follow that, and we hope that our clients and the people that we deal with, our partners, are also that way. We're very customer focused. We put our clients' needs first. No matter how small or large the client is, you're still a customer of ours, and we make sure we take care of you. Like I said, we're very passionate on what we do, and we love to share with our clients and our successes and how we can help them. We love to collaborate. We won't thrive without recognizing one another's strengths, like I had mentioned. And then we, of course, strong work ethic. That's very important to us, and we believe in hard work, and it does pay off. Now, many organizations, if you're starting off, or if you've been around and you think you're doing well, and you're like, well, I don't really need to put any money into marketing. Well, there are 5 reasons here why you should invest in marketing for a small business. You need to showcase your brand, constantly reminding people you're out there. Coca-Cola does it all the time. People, they've been around for years. They still do commercials. Always have, your brand out there, showcase it. And then, you want to stay ahead of your competition. If you're not doing it, your competitors are doing it. And then people will, recognize them as opposed to recognizing you. So you don't want that to happen. You want to stay ahead of the competition. Have a plan, capture your leads and the customers in the area, and don't let your competitions get there first. You need to connect with your clients and build relationships. That's how long partnerships last. It's great to have, one and done deal, but to really, have that relationship with your clients, that goes a long way. The people, organizations, people do not buy from organizations, they buy from people. And because of you and what you're selling, your product or service, they believe in you, and that's what they're going to go after. So it's important to build those relationships. And you need to educate your customer on, why choose you over your competition. It's really important to differentiate yourself. And then last but not least, you need to track and analyze your data. A lot of businesses have, tons of data out there. You're not sure what to do with it. You need to take a look at it and invest in the right tools to help you assess your performance and do better and make changes if you need be. So I wanted to go into our multi-touch marketing approach. We use this approach to help build and manage all components of your sales outreach campaigns. And each of these channels that I'm going to describe, they do fill a distinct purpose. One of them being LinkedIn lead generation. Secondly, email marketing. Telesales, by using more of a strategic approach in telesales. Social media strategy. Google Business. website, and of course, SEO. So in utilizing all of these channels, you'll be able to constantly fill that pipeline. It's always important to have clients that are, just hanging out, not ready to buy yet, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. A pandemic can happen tomorrow, and you could lose your clients. So you want to be ready and have a full pipeline. So with our marketing approach, we define the customer, we develop and customize tailored campaign content. And then, of course, you need to review the analytics dashboard as far as the different types of analytics that are out there. There's free analytics out there, and, there's some that you could pay for. But, take advantage of that. Take advantage of the data and make changes where you need be. So the reason why we developed this multi-touch approach is because it takes a lot of times for you to attempt to reach a prospect. And when I first started doing this 20 some years ago, it was about 5 to 8 tries. And then you would get someone to at least acknowledge your email, call you back. That would be a win. I would be really excited back in the day when I was dialing for dollars and people responded and called me back and wanted to schedule some time with me. But these days, a lot has changed, especially in the past few years. So I wanted to either in chat, or if you want to unmute Kevin or Zach, how many attempts do you think it takes to reach a prospect today in 2023? Let's see if we have what we have in chats here. Okay, 10, 15. Okay. Any other guesses? 20. Okay. See if there's any more. 10 to 15. Okay, you guys are pretty close. Pretty close. Well, I'll tell you, the magic number is 18. It's probably 18 to 20. It seems like every time I look at the stats, it changes. And it's because of our environment. There's a lot of noise out there on social media. People are not paying attention. So that's why we went ahead and created the multi-touch marketing approach. It's ways for you to reach your prospects in multiple ways. I mean, if you were to sit here and call someone 18 times throughout a month or two, that's a lot of work. So that's why in incorporating all these different channels, it'll allow you to do that and be top of mind. And I'll give you definitely some examples as well. Okay. Okay, here we go. So the first one I talked about is LinkedIn lead generation. It's really important to have a really good LinkedIn profile. And what we do is we utilize the power of AI and our human expertise in the way that we approach this. We schedule campaigns specifically for target audience. So examples, we'll target specific titles that you're going after, or company size or location of companies. And we will go ahead and create campaigns specifically for those examples. You could do it a couple of ways. You could do campaigns for existing first connections. So who you currently are working with now, or who you're currently connected with. A lot of times it's just good to reconnect with the people that you're already connected with and just share with them an update in your company, or share with them some, stats or some good facts about your industry. And we can help you do that. Then there's campaigns for your second and third connections. These are people that you don't know, people that are connected to other people that you know. And we've got messaging for that as well. We work with you on catering that messaging and getting that across and hopefully getting a meeting. And then as far as drip campaigns, so that's something that we do, we set up. It automatically schedules campaigns messages to go out as needed. So for instance, I'll give you an example. If we're doing a campaign for existing first connections and you're saying to Joe, hi Joe, it's been a while since we last connected. I wanted to share with you some really exciting news about a new offering we have here at XYZ Company. Would you be open to scheduling some time with me in the next, couple weeks? That's one message that goes out. And then we could set it up that 3 days later or 5 days later, if Joe didn't get back to you with a response, we'll send him another response. And that's how drip campaigns work. So here, we're talking more about email marketing. As far as email marketing is concerned, believe it or not, it's 40% more effective than social media, according to McKinsey and Company. It's still one of the top marketing channels. So it's definitely important to have email campaigns within your marketing strategy. Definitely schedule outreach that's best for your client base on a weekly or monthly basis. All of our clients are different. We're all reaching different people. So it's going to be different for everyone. Some clients don't want to be, if you're trying to send out messages to your client base, it's, it's annoying if they get something from you once a week, but, others might do it twice a month. So it depends on your client base and what type of messaging you're putting out there, but it's imperative that you do it because it is a touch point. It's a way for you to stay on top of mind. So definitely incorporate that. It's important. I'm sorry.
Sorry, just wanted to jump in with a quick question we have in the chat here. Going back to your LinkedIn stuff. If someone's not in the B2B sales space, is LinkedIn still a preferred touch point in your perspective?
Right. So it depends on what product or service that they're selling. LinkedIn is more catered to B2B for sure. It depends again on what product and service you're selling. If it's more product based, I'm just giving you an example. If you're selling jewelry, LinkedIn's probably not the right place to be doing that. It would be more, Facebook, Instagram type of thing. Email marketing, probably, if you do have if you have a following and you have people's email addresses, just to keep people up to date on what it is that you're selling. I hope that answers your question.
And then we do have someone raising their hand. Cassandra, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Sure.
So I just wanted to add a note to that because I've spent years on LinkedIn and used it for many different purposes. If you're launching something, it's a great way to get your name out there. You're not going to get a ton of your sales, but if you have a whole bunch of first in your network already and you're launching a new site, it's a great way to get people looking at your page and going to your page. And every once in a while doing the, hey, here's something new that we're doing. And people use a lot more of the, here's something about me because I've connected with you. It's more of a person to person connection. Like I'm launching mine, and my plan for LinkedIn is everyone's been asking me what I've been doing since I left my last job. Here's my update. Here's the link to my new website. Here's what I'm doing. And that way the 500 people on my network are now looking at my website.
Right.
So
You have a
it's
good
not the
point.
same marketing approach, but you can definitely use it.
Right, right. I totally agree. Again, they're your first connections, so they know you and they want to know what you're up to. So, and then they'll definitely spread the word for sure. Do we have someone else in the chat, Kevin?
Someone just put in time, Mark. How many hours does LinkedIn activities take up per week on average, would you recommend?
Yeah, so if you're doing everything manually, at least 1 to 2 hours a week. There are tools out there that you could set things up to automate, and I could definitely talk to you about that at another time, but definitely a couple hours a week, because if, you know, depending on how many connections you have, I have thousands of connections, so that's a lot for me to manage manually. But if you only have a couple hundred, you could definitely, you know, go in there and create some campaigns. I know you could do that through the LinkedIn applications as well, depending on what version you have. But I would definitely, again, it depends on your business. So if you're B2B, definitely 1 to 2 hours a week.
Great, and then we just got a couple more questions, but in the interest of keeping you on track here, Marguerite, I'll let you get to it, and we'll address some of these questions in a little bit.
Right, no problem. So again, with email marketing, we would need to, you know, create content that will resonate with your audience, you know, stick to industry topics, tips, newsletters. You know, some of my clients, they just do a monthly newsletter, or, you know, I myself do quarterly newsletters. And then, you know, keep the email short. You don't want it too long. You know, from experience, and I'm sure everyone on this call, who reads a long email? None of us do. You might skim through it, look at the first few, you know, sentences, and then go from there. And then, of course, you know, look at the analytics and see what's working, what's not working, and tweak it. You know, it's okay to make mistakes. And it's trial and error a lot of times. So I wanted to share with you, in my corporate world, when I was working in corporate, we were introduced to a technique called Basho. So not sure how many people are familiar with Basho, but it's a technique that allows you to reach out via email, and I even use it over the phone, to get your prospects' attention, and at the end, just make an appointment with you to talk, even if it's just 15 minutes. The importance of Basho is you have to do your research. So whatever it is you're talking about, you better know what you're talking about. You know, put some stats in there, or put some, you know, information of the industry that you're working on. And it's important to have a good subject line, you know, being able to grab their attention. And then hook them definitely with your opening line. Addressing pain points in this email is important. And if you do have a mutual connection, please use that person's name, because they'll most likely get back to you if you mention someone else's name. And then again, keep it short and sweet. That's just my motto for everything. 4 to 5 sentences. Don't be long. Use bullets. Bullets are very good. And the last sentence is a call to action. Mainly, let's set up some time to connect. And then, you know, through our software programs, we do automation follow-ups. So if that person does not respond to you, we'll go ahead and trigger another follow-up email say in 3 to 5 days with another message that will intrigue them to get back to you. And it does work. I've seen it firsthand. So I wanted to give you some examples here of a Bash Show email. So here, Matt, I'm Margarita Amplo with XYZ Company, and we know the challenges that nonprofit organizations face in bouncing between technology projects due to crisis-driven priorities results in lost resource, time, and budget. As worked with many nonprofits in Philadelphia region, we're able to achieve the following results. So again, you're putting the results bulleted. And that's important for them to see these numbers. Usually metrics work and give people attention. And then I would love the opportunity to schedule some time with you to learn more about your organization and how we could impact and provide a more active approach in your growth and performance. What day and time work best for you for a 20-minute call? Look forward to hearing back from you soon. So that's like an example of one of our Bash Show emails. Now does I want to open it up to everybody. What anybody have any intriguing type of subject line that you would use to have the person even want to open up the email? So I don't know if people want to put that in the chat. So if you look at this, just to give you some ideas here, they're talking about challenges, nonprofit organizations. So I'll give you one. Let's help you with your challenges that your current nonprofit faces. Something like that. A little, something that'll get them to think and want to go ahead and continue reading. So I hope that helps.
Margarita, just from my own experience, approximately 56 minutes ago, I sent out a reminder email to everybody on this call. You probably got it from me, that said the headline or the subject line was 24 minutes, exclamation point, and then the title of the webinar. Just because it's like, what is 24? What is 24? Just was that
Right.
with anything? You know what I mean? It's sort of a headline grabber. It was
Exactly.
the idea, that was the hope, but that's just my own little personal anecdote.
Right, exactly. Make sure you have that. And a lot of people use the technique, the response, the RE, and then the colon. That personally irritates me because it's like, wait, I never talked to this person before. Some people use that technique a lot on me. I don't know if you guys see that, but that, that's a technique that people use. I guess it does work, but anything eye-catching or wanting to know more, that's what helps for sure. There we go. And then here is a follow-up email. So for instance, I gave you the example of the first email. So if, Matt doesn't get back to me in a few days, with our automation tool, we can go ahead and schedule it 3 to 5 days later. Hi, Matt, I wanted to circle back with you and see if you were open to learning about how we've worked with other nonprofits. So here it's just reminding him, you contacted him, but, maybe he didn't have a chance to call you back. You were probably on his list. And then here just, we're working with these organizations and we're helping them do these things, and hopefully we could help you as well. Whoops, sorry. Hopefully we could help you do it as well. And again, bullet points. And again, the last sentence, call to action. If you'd like to sign up for a free 1-hour consultation to discuss this, feel free to schedule some time with me on my calendar below. So that's just another example, and I hope that helps everyone. Okay, so now on to telesales strategic approach. No one likes to make calls anymore. I've come to that conclusion. I loved making calls. I did this a lot for at least 15 years, at the beginning of my career. It was all about dialing for dollars. And nowadays, with everything changing, our environment changing, everything's on social media, people don't pick up the phone, unfortunately. But I'm telling you that, telesales is not dead. You just have to do it in conjunction with other stuff. So again, it's the multi-touch approach. You have to incorporate telesales into your strategy. Believe it or not, there are some people out there that do want to hear a human on the other side. They do want to feel your enthusiasm, learn more about your organization. And I think that that's important. That's how you build relationships. And that's what we're losing with social media. So in our multi-touch approach, we incorporate telesales. And a lot of times, I'm telling you the truth, people will not answer the phone. That's why it's important to leave a message. And always ask them, is this a good time for you to chat? Because you could be in the middle of, they can be preparing for a meeting and you don't want to be that person on the other line, irritating them during that time. So always ask them and be courteous about their time. Their time and your time is important. And have a script ready, even if it's those Basho scripts. Again, you have 15 seconds or less to make a first impression on the person on the other line to want to continue on talking to you. And it's important to have something scripted. You don't have to read word for word, but at least have an idea of what you're saying and what you want to get out of that call. Please speak slowly and clearly. You don't know how many times I have received voicemails that I don't know who it is, what company they're calling from, and why they want to talk to me. So I just ignore and delete the email, delete the voicemail. Speak slowly and clearly. Let them know who it is who's on the other line, so that way you can get the call back. A great technique that we're using that's worked for me for years is, if you can't get the person on the line, leave that impelling message and say that you're going to follow up with an email. If you have the person's email, just say, I'd love to chat with you. Whenever time's better for you, I'm going to send you an email with my calendar link, and feel free to schedule 15 minutes on my calendar at your convenience. And I look forward to talking to you. Have that option, because people are busy to pick up the phone. People don't want to pick up the phone. Give them that option.
Really quick, Maria, we got a couple questions here in the chat. So, related to telesales, do you find telesales to be a better approach for high-level senior decision makers or anybody in the target company?
So, back in my corporate days, I had to, get appointments for C-levels. For instance, I was working with a client at Kaiser Permanente, and I got the CEO and his assistant on the line. They're definitely a good target, but I think you should call everybody. I mean, it doesn't hurt to call C-levels, definitely, because you're going to have the gatekeepers there trying to stop you from getting a hold of them. And then that's how you build the relationship with the gatekeeper, is by calling them, talking to them, but I personally, I call everybody. Just yesterday, I was helping out my husband with his business, and he doesn't like calling people. It's like, just pick up the phone and do it. So I think it does work for everyone. It's building the relationship. It's what we used to do 20, 30 years ago, is trying to build a relationship. And that's how you do it, by having them hear your voice. I hope that helps.
Yeah, and then just to catch up a little bit on some questions here. Could you share some of the automation tools that you had mentioned, and are CRMs typically a good way to automate follow-ups for different email campaigns, different LinkedIn campaigns?
Right. So there's tons of automation tools and CRMs, there's Salesforce, there's SAP, there's HubSpot. Um, there are many out there, and it's just a matter of what type of business you are and what's better for your business. And as far as tools for LinkedIn, there's a tool that we use called Castanet. That's been really highly effective. It's an AI tool that, works more and more as it gets out there and gets those messages out there. It knows different, strategies and what people are thinking, and if they're looking for someone. I've had people connect with me because they said, "Oh, how did you know I was actually looking for some help in marketing?" So there are many tools out there. It depends on your organization and what your goals are and how many people are in your organization, and see the cost effectiveness of it. So it depends on that too. So anybody have any more specific questions about that, I'll be happy to schedule some time with you and talk a little bit more. Okay, of course, social media strategy. Some people just don't even want to talk about social media. They don't want to put the information together. But you need to identify your audience when it comes to social media. Make sure you know who it is that you're capturing and who you want to talk to. You need to locate your audience and invite them to your pages. I mean, that's the first step. If you only have 20 people following you on your Facebook page and you only have about 100 people on your LinkedIn page, you need to try to get more people. It's great that you're building content and sending it out, but you need to build your audience, and who your audience is. So take the time to do that. Invite them to your pages. If you're a store, or if you provide services, have signs up, connect with me on LinkedIn, connect with me on Facebook. It's important that you do that, because the larger your audience, the better, response you're going to have. And then your audience is going to share your content with other people. So it just grows and multiplies. Then, of course, you build your content strategy in your calendar, schedule your messages, schedule what it is that you're talking about. And then people might ask, well, how often should I post on social media? And the answer is, at least I was saying 3 times a week, but now with some, recent studies, they're saying do it every day, maybe even multiple times a day. Because there's so much noise out there in social media, a lot of times people aren't going to see your message. And I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me a lot. I posted something 2 weeks ago. People are getting back to me today and responding to something I had mentioned 2 weeks ago. Maybe it's because it's coming on their feed now, or they just didn't have a chance to look at their social media, or didn't, so it's important to be consistent and, start small. Don't feel like you have to do it every day. And again, it depends on the service and product that you offer. If you're selling jewelry, or if you are selling clothing, you might want to do it a little bit more often, because people want to see the new products that you have. But if you're offering services like what we do, consulting services, that's something maybe 3 times a week. I don't think people want to hear from me every day, but people are doing it. The more you're out there, the better. But start small, at least have some type of presence and build it. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes a long time. And then, of course, you need to create your KPIs. You know, what is it that you're looking at? Do you want to see people engaging? Do you want to see people responding? You know, create those KPIs for yourself. And again, go back to your metrics and make changes as needed. It's important. That's why the metrics are there.
Real quick, Marguerite, I didn't want to skip over this question. I just wanted to make sure it lined up with your social media chat.
Yeah.
Someone asked in the chat, how do we market to Twitter? They're saying they have lots of followers, but little sales. Is there a trick with call to action, or, you know, are they setting up their KPIs right? What would you recommend for getting people?
So, what type of business are they? I'm just curious. If you can answer that.
Larry, would you like to put in the chat what kind of business you are? See, here at the SBDC, we're all about confidentiality, so I don't like to share
Oh,
any
okay,
details
yeah,
unless
no
someone
problem.
feels comfortable sharing it themselves. But
Right, no problem. So again, I think personally, it's up to the business that you have. I've read and studies show that Twitter's kind of like the last social media channel that you should look at these days. It's a lot of noise, but since you already have a following and you already have people engaging with you, then I would definitely tweet, depending on what type of business you are. So if you're,
yeah,
you know, if you're providing product,
so he just sent me a direct
Oh.
message. So he does aging services. So he helps, you know, loved ones care for their aging family members, parents, and place them in, you know, sort of the best care for them.
Oh, okay.
Hope I did right by you, Larry.
Okay. So the aging services, I would do that a few times a week. I wouldn't go too crazy. I think that there's other platforms that you could use that would help you a little bit better. For instance, LinkedIn, I think would be great. I don't know if you're currently using LinkedIn. LinkedIn would be a good way for you to reach out to even, you know, healthcare type of organizations to be able to offer that to their employees. That's just another way of doing it. But as far as Twitter, I mean, people are staying away from Twitter, but I know you have a large following, but since you have that large following, keep it going and keep the content there. And then also try LinkedIn. I'm not sure if that's something that you're using. I feel LinkedIn would be really good. And then Facebook as well, just for, you know, because I want to know information about how I could care for my parents if I need to. So just utilize all the channels. It doesn't hurt. Is there any other questions?
Yeah, we have a couple if you'd like to take them now. Do you have any?
How are we doing with time here?
Yeah, we're at about 9:45. I don't know how much longer you have in your
Well, let me get through this and then
No.
we could always take more questions later if that's okay.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So Google Business, that's another approach that we're taking here. So I took a snapshot of my business here and what you could do. So make sure you update Google My Business. Make sure you update your service area. Let people know where you're at. Your hours of operation are important. And also have a detailed description of your product and service offering. Your business description, you know, make sure you use those keywords. People telling you use keywords, use them. Update photos and messages a few times a week so you stay on the top of the Google search engine. You have to update it. If not, you're going to go down as far as when people are searching for you. And then definitely ask for Google reviews as much as possible. Ask for them. I try to ask for them on a regular basis if you can. And then website. Mostly all small businesses should have a website. It makes you legitimate. You know, there's so many companies out there that are not real, you know, and that's how you make yourself known and your brand known. So make sure you have a good visual design and layout and it's appealing to your audience. We're currently working with a client today. She has a website, not happy with it. It's kind of just tells, you know, people what she does, but it doesn't show her expertise. It doesn't show that she's a professional person that is doing her consultancy. So make sure you have that layout and visual design that's very appealing to your audience. And make sure it's easy to follow as far as navigating through it. And then important, of course, is the content, the information you put in there. Make sure it's relevant to your audience and who you want to capture. And definitely make sure that your website is mobile ready. So, you know, not everybody's on a laptop or desktop computer looking at your website. They're on their phones, they're on their tablets. And that actually can hurt your Google rankings if you're not. So make sure it is. Branding and messaging, make sure that's consistent. And again, the keywords are very important. Make sure that there have been research with an SEO expert. That way you'll be in a lot of searches and there's low competition. And then the contact me button, make sure there are ways for people to get a hold of you. You know, people usually have it on the top right corner, but then also have it on the bottom, have it in different areas so people can easily just click and contact you. And then finally, SEO, search engine optimization. A lot of people have heard of that. That is what boosts your reputation on search engines and helps people find you easily. And the benefits of this is to increase your visibility and your credibility. And it will attract whoever it is that you're targeting. It provides better user experience, and then it helps you stay ahead of your competition. So definitely invest in some type of SEO. I know it can be expensive, but there are small packages out there just to get you started, because when people are searching you, they want to find you quickly, and you want them to find you quickly. And you know, you want to be ahead of your competition. So SEO, it's good. It's really good to invest in some of that. So I want to go here and talk to you about your LinkedIn profile real quick. I think it's important that you have an updated professional headshot, that you have really cool background that shows something about your business and what you do. And the headline on your LinkedIn should not just be a job title. It should actually have a statement of what you do. And the summary should pretty much be the story of what it is that you do. And you have to definitely add your top performing information. So any awards that you've won, certificates, anything like that, definitely put that on there, because people are going to look at that. They just skim through your LinkedIn profile. And then, of course, make sure your contact information is there, because you do want people to contact you, and give them different ways: your phone number, your email, your website. Make sure that information is all up to date. We want to be able to, you know, capture as many people that you can on LinkedIn. And that's how you do it, just by filling in a few of the necessary fields. So I wanted to go to my LinkedIn profile and just show you, to the right here is my professional picture. I did that about a year ago when I had bangs. Now I'm growing them out. So, so I'll get an updated one probably next year, early next year. And then I have a picture of myself and a horse here, because I went to a horse farm. So that is definitely a no-no. Do not put pictures of, you know, yourself personally on LinkedIn. That's not the platform to do it. Stick to being professional and make sure you have that headshot. And here's the background I was telling you about. So this is my my own background. I had a web designer put this together for me. This mimics my website. So it's a picture that is on my website, and you want everything, all the branding to match. So that way you look professional. And LinkedIn is the professional way to social media platform. So you need to stick to that. So make sure you have something, a unique background that is tailored to you and your business. And then here is the job title. So underneath your name, I did include my job title, but then I also put a statement. I'm helping clients achieve exponential growth by increasing revenue. So that gives people an idea. Okay, well, how does she do that? Maybe I want to learn a little bit more about her. Maybe I'll connect with her. And then, tell them about your story. Here's a little summary about me. So if you notice on the about section on LinkedIn, the first 3 lines are the only lines people are going to see right away. They are going to have to click on see more to see the rest of it. So it's important that you have whatever messaging you want people to see on the first 3 lines. So I just went ahead and put combining artificial intelligence with human expertise to accelerate growth across all business functions. And then I just asked them to schedule a call to review your business challenges today. I have the link, and then I look forward to learning more about your business and your goals. And then you would click more to see more, but at least the first 3 lines have to, show what you want people to see, because they're just going to skim through your profile, and it's important that they just look at those 3 lines, and those 3 lines have to, tell your story pretty much. And then here is the section where you put your honors and awards. People kind of look at that like, oh, okay, looks like she's been in sales. She's been pretty good in sales, done different things. Stakeholder award, what's that all about? So, have something eye-catching here. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit more too about your social media strategy and creating your social media strategy. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 4E framework. You educate, you empower, you entertain, and you engage. They're the 4 things that you need to do when you are putting together a social media strategy. So HubSpot, does it well. I follow a lot of their things, and I believe in a lot of the things that they suggest. Define your target audience. I've been saying that this whole presentation. Make sure you know who that target audience is. Start blogging. If you haven't started blogging, hire somebody to do it for you. People want to learn more about your industry and what you do, and you have to show them that you're the expert in what you do. So blogging is the best way to do that. Create educational content, and then just focus on a few key channels. So for instance, as far as social media is concerned, your business might only be good for LinkedIn or Facebook, but maybe not Twitter. So just focus on a few key channels based on your business and what product and service that you offer. And then develop a recipe card to guide you, pretty much a social media calendar. For instance, on Mondays, I kind of give little quotes of inspiration. That's what I do on Mondays. On Wednesdays, I give them information on some services that we do, or I do blogs, or I give them information on, where I'm presenting, and, where you can see me, or where you can hear from me. And then on Fridays, we give tidbits as far as different tips in marketing. So, have have a guide, have certain days that you do certain things. And that'll help you. It's helped us for sure, and it's helped our clients. And again, measure your results. Look at the stats and see, what needs to be changed, and then adjust as need be. All right. And I want to emphasize have a better idea of what you what you're what you do and what your company does, especially if you do a lot of different services if you're offering that to them. Okay, real quickly, I just wanted to go over some services that are most popular here at MCA Consulting. I don't want to bore you. If you have questions later, feel free to reach out to me directly. We help with advertising, during direct mail, social media, email, print media, and also global TV platforms. So if that's something you're interested in, reach out. Demand generation, lead management, social media. We love doing that for our clients. Video marketing. We have some partnerships with Rip Roaring Productions here in Westchester, and we offer video marketing as well. And account-based marketing, that's important if you just have, say, 10 to 20 accounts that you just want to target. We love working with you and just coming up with a plan specifically on how we will tackle those accounts and try to get them to speak with you and have an appointment with you. Any type of sales support that you needing help with, event planning. We do a lot of nonprofit stuff, executive search consulting as well, more in the healthcare space. And then I had mentioned this to you before, business development AI solution, which is pretty much your LinkedIn lead generator. And we've also partnered with Insperity, which is an HR company. Since we don't offer that, we offer that to our clients because sometimes our clients are wanting to find everything under one umbrella. So, through networking, we, went ahead and formed a partnership with them. And these are some others, like I mentioned, Zondra TV. That's if you want to get your advertising on the streaming channels, which is great, and it's very inexpensive. Rip Roaring Productions, again, for video production. Field One Post for a lot of our sales tools and marketing applications, and then Insperity that I had mentioned. And why would you choose MCA Consulting? So we are not a large digital marketing agency where you're just a number. Like I said, we care about our employees, how small you are, how large you are. We personalize our services based on your company's needs and your budget. And I personally am involved in all of my clients' onboarding and marketing planning along with the team. So I will be involved in any aspect of, the planning. And we've got over 20 years experience in the marketing and sales field. And we're on top of the latest marketing trends. And then we apply it to your business. So we're still, educating ourselves and reading and going to different conferences and educational sessions to make sure that we help our clients on the latest marketing trends. And we definitely utilize the AI technology. It allows us to easily pivot your marketing strategy as needed. So we use our marketing expertise, and then we utilize the AI technology as well. And then, our partnership with our organizations allow us to provide our clients everything under one umbrella. So that's important to us, because if I can't help you, one of my partners can, and we work with our partners closely to assist you. Okay, I think that was it. I think, well, an hour and 1 minute. So any questions? I know we had some questions in the chat. Anything else I can answer for you?
Thank you very much. I apologize. I'm sitting in my office about 5 minutes ago and the power went out. So I lost all internet connection.
Oh, okay.
I had to rejoin from my phone, but my colleague Zach Piatti is on the line, I believe. Zach,
Yep.
did you take a look at the chat? I'm unable to see what questions were in there.
Yep. So the only one you missed was from Allie. She said, I work for a painting company and I've been having trouble getting clients to sign off on a photo release in order to post their pictures of their house on social media. Do you have any tips on how to get people to agree to allow us to post pictures of their homes or to post on social media?
Wow. Okay. People are not wanting to show their homes. Okay. Because my husband has a different type of service business, and usually people are pretty open to that, but maybe offer them something for it. Give them a percentage off, or give them a gift card, Starbucks gift card, something like that, to entice them to do it. Again, you tell them you're not going to mention who they are in the post, just a picture. So if they want to remain discreet because they don't want their name or their address listed, I would definitely incent them with something like a gift card or something like that, because it's helping you, it's advertising you and telling people about yourself. So I think that's definitely important to show a before and after.
And then we have another one that just came in. Do you have any suggestions on how often to post on your Instagram using Reels for a service business?
Okay, so service business, so like I'm a service business, so I was doing once a week. But again, it depends on your following and how many people are on Instagram and what they want to see. So I was doing once a week, but then if you see that you're getting a lot of engagements or a lot of people are looking at your stuff, then up it, because then that'll put you higher up in all the rankings. So, so you got to try it out, trial and error.
You mentioned the importance of building an audience. Any tips? I have a travel business.
I'm sorry, what was the last part? Any tips on what?
Building an audience.
Okay, so as far as building an audience, it's creating your LinkedIn or creating your Facebook page, and make sure, I want to distinguish this too. So on LinkedIn, you have your regular LinkedIn page, but then you should also create a business LinkedIn page. Same thing with Facebook. You have your own personal Facebook page, and then you should create your business Facebook page. So the people that you know personally should be invited automatically to your business page. And from there, ask your family and friends to share. Ask them to, I've had clients that have even had, some sweepstakes or whatever, type of, you get $25 gift card if you go ahead and share my stuff, and then you could tell if someone's sharing your stuff, things like that. Give them an incentive to do it. And again, everywhere post, like me, follow me, do it multiple times. I mean, that could be regular posts that you're putting out on social media just to get people's attention. and you'll get followers. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight.
Great. When do you know it's time to hire a social media manager?
When you don't feel like doing it yourself, or you don't have time to do it yourself. Or if you're just putting stuff together because of the sake of having something on social media, you want to make sure that the stuff you have out there is good content. So if you're finding, think of it this way. Would you rather spend 2 hours, working hours a day or a week, whatever it is that you do on social, putting out social media posts when your expertise is being a painter? That's costing you money. So if it's costing you money, you need to hire the experts to do it, because they'll do it more efficiently. They'll do it with more passion, because that's probably not your expertise. I wouldn't hire a mechanic to paint. So I would, definitely look and see how you feel about doing it, and making sure that you're, using your time well. You don't want to be spending or wasting your time.
I know we have a couple more in here. I don't want to be cautious of your time, but what area of healthcare do you work with?
So back in my corporate world, I was in healthcare and in IT for forever, mainly hospitals. But now that I have my own business, I've expanded to different areas, orthopedic, all different types of areas. So mainly hospitals and clinics. And I have a lot of relationships in those areas as well. But every company needs a marketing plan. So our thing is that we work with you, we research your organization, and we learn about you, and then we put the plan together. So it's all about, your company and what you do and what you want your results to be at the end of the day. So our healthcare experience goes a long way, mainly in those areas, but we could work with anyone in the healthcare field, but no matter what you're doing.
Great. Last one here. We have a high open rate for our email newsletter, but a low client through rate. Any suggestions on how to convert the opens into actual sales?
Are you putting in call to actions? Maybe, offer a newsletter, offer something else to let them engage a little bit more with you. And again, it could be maybe the topics that you're working on. There's a lot of different things you could try. It's trial and error, but again, or even the best thing to do is even ask your audience what they're looking for, depending on what I'm not sure what service or product you're offering, but ask your clients what they want to say, or research what your clients are doing and what they want to say.
Well, that's all the questions we have right now. I'll
Okay,
let you know if
great.
any more come in.
Great. Well, we're getting any additional questions here in the chat. I just wanted to thank you again, Margarita, for joining us as our guest experts. I think it's been put in the chat a few times, but we will be following up today's presentation with the recording, as well as ways to get in contact with Margarita if you'd like to follow up with her and her firm, to discuss your marketing efforts more in depth. Margarita, again, I can't thank you enough for sharing your great wisdom and expertise with our clients, and hope to do many more of these with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And again, if you'd like to schedule your free 60-minute consultation, feel free to email me or check out my website and just click on the contact me button, and then that'll bring you to my calendar. And there's options for 15-minute, 30-minute, or 60-minute consultation. And then the notes just write that you attended this webcast and that you're interested in the 60-minute consultation.